Hello everyone, welcome back to Phantasy Star Universe, Ambition of the Illuminus. I regret to inform you that this will be a rather short stream, as I do need to be up tomorrow morning. I am, for what is only the third time this year, I believe, going outside and going to be somewhere in public, surrounded by other human beings. The pandemic has really fucked things up, let's just say that in general. Although, I'm sure you do not need me to tell you that. I am going to be going to a Goodwill, and maybe I'm going to find something interesting there, or maybe it will just be the same things as usual, i.e. nothing major, and for some reason, a recurring, commonly seen organ. Not like part of someone's body, obviously. I mean a musical instrument, you know, keyboards and, keyboards. Keyboard seems like a not very descriptive phrase for it, but organ is certainly, one that is not very descriptive either. And may give you an impression of, you know, giant pipes and everything, but that is not what I'm thinking of. It's more of, like, I say organ more to conjure the image of sort of a Hammond organ or something. Not literally a Hammond or anything. That would be quite a bit outside the price range, but usually they are fairly cheap and they just hang around in this Goodwill for a very long amount of time. And let me tell you, if I see one, I am vaguely tempted to put that on my to-purchase list if it is something that we can get back home. Which is admittedly a pretty big if, because we don't exactly have a truck or anything anymore. We don't have very large vehicles nowadays. Sadly. But it would be quite fun to have in the background of videos or something, if that is a thing that I can actually get over here. But that is also not specifically what I am looking for. I'm not going there like, oh hey, I'm shopping for an organ. That is quite weird, and we'll see. We will find out what is at this particular Goodwill. And apparently in this game's plot, we're going to be going back to the desert planet to go into a mine and get horribly, horribly lost, I'm sure. Extremely classified information, huh? We are going to be discussing this in a, not here. Oh, okay, so we don't have to... we don't have to sign non-disclosure agreements anymore, apparently. That is weird, but okay. They trust us enough for something? Although to me, it just gives me the image of the president just being like, oh, whatever, that idiot will blab about it no matter what. Which is just kind of funny in its own way, and of course I'm also imagining, oh, we're going to not go to the mission room, we're going to go to a cafe or something to discuss it. But that is not the case. That would be rather silly. So we're going to go find our lost doctor friend who is stuck in 600 years ago. Yeah, so this is definitely not the place that we were thinking about before. 7%. Oh, you're still doing this again, huh? So unfortunately, this is probably our best way of doing things, and we have no probes or anything to send out. So what could they be doing in this mine? Are they looking for Are they looking for more aphoton stuff? Is that what the intent is? I believe that's what's supposed to be going on here, but I could be wrong. Oh yes, we will absolutely be fighting. What? Shut up, Lou. Good stuff. Everybody's having a good time with this. Let me get a look at this. Metal Tyrannomon? I haven't seen that dude in a while. Is there even... Oh, never mind. I don't think I've ever seen Metal Tyrannomon. I last delved very much into Digimon. Oh, good gracious. What was the last time? It might have been... There was a Digimon card game on the PlayStation, and I think that is the last Digimon-related game that I've ever actually played. However, bringing that up does make me think about the amount of effort that we had gone through in that era. My brother and I, mostly my brother, he was trying to get hold of a Wonder Swan in the late 90s, early 2000s, that type of era, because I believe there was a Digimon game on it. And anyway, yeah, back then that was a little bit less feasible, and especially because, well, we really didn't have a ton of money for stuff like that back then. I feel like just because of inflation and the ever so minor amount of money that, that the incredibly tiny wage increase, that it feels like video games have gone down in value. So, if that was something that I was looking for nowadays, I could probably pick up one of those. But I have not thought about the Wonder Swan for some number of, give or take, 5 years, I believe. I want to say 5 years is just a general number. Ashens, of course, did a video about the Wonder Swan sometime in the 2010s, and that was probably the last time I gave it a whole lot of thought. Tells a lot about both adventure anime's backstories. Gotcha. That would be a big reason to want to pick that up, then. Of course, the localization of that entire franchise, since we didn't get everything... There were a couple of holes in it, but I feel like it was still something that was still mostly ingestible in some senses. Of course, some people would complain about the 4Kids translation and everything. But it is what it is. They could have done a lot. There were things that were knocked down in target audience far more than Digimon ever was. Well, Yu-Gi-Oh would be a very obvious start, for example. If they had just done the smart thing of targeting it toward the target audience of the major inspiration for that card game arc, which eventually consumed the franchise, if it had been aimed at like the same age set of 13 plus that Magic was, then I don't think there would have been any real issues with the original version of Yu-Gi-Oh as it existed in Japan. I mean, you might have been butting up against it a little bit in a few places, with some things being rather violent, but not horrifically so. I think... I'm not a good person to ask about that, obviously, because hell if I know what constitutes okay for any age demographic whatsoever. I'm too not good about that anymore. I mean, Ethan certainly has broken probability before, so it's been a thing. Well, you had best make it one of the laser swords or something, because robot and everything. You may have a hard time getting it in there, but that has never stopped anything in this particular franchise, apparently. Which kind of reminds me a little bit of, oh yes, it was Chrono Cross, obviously. I was like, there's some franchise that, like, stone weapons or something work better against robots or whatever, and magic is useless against certain creatures and everything. But that's right, I was thinking of Chrono Cross specifically. And of course I started to tell what the thing was from Chrono Cross as opposed to what I was thinking, but whatever. Well, boss, all you need to do is trim your beard and change the lenses in your goggles, and I think you will be okay. Well, you were up some shady shit in the last game, Nav, so let's not even go there. Chief. Friendo. Oh, well then, I think we're up shit creek in general. Models to whom? I think we're all, Okay, he's up to his old shenanigans again. I gotcha. It's so he can see their reflexes. Yeah, sure. Okay, Buster. You have fun trying to tell that to anybody else. Here we are in... I think this is basically the same type of environment as our first appearance in Moatube on the original game. This sort of outdoor... I remember I was grinding that mission for experience and for money between streams, and that, interestingly, that's where I first listened to... I had turned off the music and stuff because it was starting to get a little boring, and I put on for the first time the Sepultura album Roots, and that's when I first heard it. So they may be forever linked in my mind in some way, but... Well, yes, that's the whole storyline that is alluded to at the beginning of the game about how the humans created the other races and something, so I'm sure that they were installed in as leaders of Moatube, etc., and... Yeah, so we're going into this part again. See, this plot, I'm not exactly sure what to say to it. Aside from the fact that I do think that overall plots dealing with racism between fantasy races are often not well done. And for example, there's a lot of that sort of animosity and stuff that was taken out of newer versions of Dungeons and Dragons, I believe, and I believe that that's a good step forward, because perhaps we could have worlds that are a little less ugly about things. But there's also this idea about creating sentient life and all this that could be very interesting concepts to explore. I suppose we'll find out if there's any of that more philosophical content involved here, but I highly doubt it. I don't think that's going to happen. Oh well. We will find out sooner rather than later. I mean, the Illuminus are still shitheads, so whooping their asses sounds great. You know, no matter what horrible things they do, just on an ideological level, human supremacy, I mean, any sort of racial supremacy, but in this case, the fact that it is human specific is the fact that I'm saying that phrase, but ooh, it's one of these again. I don't think Laia knows pretty much what a computer is at all, almost. She seems very not smart about this particular department. What do you got for us, Mr. Nav? Well, sir, you did shut down that one time, so I suppose that's understandable. Just make sure you're carrying a spare battery. I'm sure it'll be okay. Besides, he's probably the only person who knows how to operate the 5 1/4 floppy drive that it has, so yeah, it'll be fine. It will be fine. Oh, I have a message on Discord, don't I? No, it's just somebody else's go live notification on their server. So, meh. Yeah, so of course, we've invested everything into our rifle here, so this is going to be our primary damage dealer, even for things where we're off element. Because you saw that we were doing more damage to these Vandas with this than we were with the pistol that is an ice element attack. So that's real great, isn't it? We definitely need better everything at some point. Or at least we need more balanced gear. I feel... I said before that I was worried that this game was going to get really hard. Or that it was starting out hard, but I'm starting to no longer feel that way after the last session. That was much easier than what we started out with. So I feel rather suspicious that we could get away with, you know, not doing much of anything for a couple of missions now. And it's just very kind of them to actually have all of that stuff open. And that the amount of grinding we will have to do will be quite low. Hopefully. That is certainly my hope anyway. the less amount of time that I have to spend grinding outside of stream, the better, because I have quite a few games that I would like to play, quite a few projects I should work on. It looks like Advance Wars will not be one of those for a little while, sadly. I don't know if anyone who is listening heard about that, but Advance Wars Reboot Camp 1 and 2 has been delayed until next month. It's been delayed for a month, I believe, is the current situation. With Nintendo saying that they thought this was kind of a bad time to release a game like that. And I don't disagree. And I would say that if I were in such a position to make any semblance of a statement to any companies, I would call upon more of them to try something like that out for themselves. Because we are in not exactly the nicest of times for a lot of things, and I understand that quite a few of these games, like quite a few of us by now, I'm sure. I'm saying quite a lot. I would like to apologize for that. I feel that the vast majority of us, I will say, are rather aware of the infamous No Russian mission from Call of Duty, from one of the Call of Duty games. I don't know which one because I don't pay that much attention to the franchise. I am not a big fan of first-person shooters outside of certain select few. For example, Metroid Prime, BioShock. It is simply not my area as a general rule. And of course, I also, I was one of those people for a while who was very harsh about Call of Duty as a franchise of, oh, every game is the same, etc., which is probably pretty stupid to say. But as someone who doesn't necessarily know for sure, I guess I can't actually weigh in on that, really. Anyway, basically that no small amount of these games really do weigh very heavily on the feelings of, primarily of the American developers, on certain groups of people. Call of Duty has often been not particularly kind to people of Middle Eastern descent, and also to Russians in general, because we're not exactly... Here in America, I feel I may take a little bit of heat for this from some people who are like, oh, you can't say that about... But here in America, we are not exactly very kind to Slavic people of any of the various Slavic nations or any part of the Eastern Europe. We're not exactly very kind to them. And so I would say that yes, since Nintendo is saying that it's a little bit insensitive to have a game involving a Russian villain right now, when really, the war isn't so much Russia against Ukraine as it is Putin and whoever he has conscripted into the war efforts against Ukraine. The people of Russia, by and large, are not interested in the battle and are fighting because they are forced to more often than anything else. So, to villainize all Russian people is not exactly a great thing in a lot of respects, and this also is me sort of making a commentary on just how much I think a lot of people have been chomping at the bit to use this as an excuse in this country to demonize all of the Russian people, when it's very clearly, that the average person is not in agreement with a lot of Putin's far-right ideology. So I absolutely agree, because I think that this would just it would pile on, if you understand what I'm saying, and I'm sure you do. I also have some some sentiments I could raise about how a plot about a far-right group basically doing a false flag operation, because the Black Hole Army is absolutely intended to be basically Nazi Germany. You would have to pull quite the mental gymnastics, I would say, to try and hide that one. And if that's what you want to do in this chat, well, that's a strange use of your time and resources, is all I will say to you. General you, obviously. And so that seems like something that's a little bit topical in a way that might make some people kind of go, ooh, a little bit. But it might also be a very good time for it for that reason. So I do take what I say with a minor grain of salt in that regard. But yes, some people are incredibly upset about this. I've heard some really ridiculous things from a couple of people on the matter. I've heard someone who is saying, like, oh, Nintendo is just trying to cover for the game not being finished, and they're which is basically it's a wordier version of trying to say Nintendo is trying to go woke. And I mean, I think that when you start complaining about Nintendo, the company that does things for kids, about doing stuff like that, that seems a little bit like you've lost the argument already. And there's a couple other things I could say about it that are similarly not very positive about people who talk like that. Never mind the fact that most of the people who are ever whining about any company, quote-unquote, going too woke or whatever, they're complaining about it because it doesn't line up with their ideologies. And honestly, if you're pro Vladimir Putin, I question how controversial this statement will be, but if you're pro Vladimir Putin, go fuck yourself with a shoe tree. The real controversy there is that nobody knows what a fucking shoe tree is anymore, probably, but you know, if you have one, a tree made out of shoes, just shove it right up somewhere where it will do the most damage, is all I have to say. There is no time for politeness anymore. Oh, this is a grenade launcher. Damn, I was hoping this would be a pistol. No, they gave me a thing that I can use, but I mean, I guess we could put it on just to look at it for a minute. We got an axe skill from Laya. That's interesting. We haven't seen or used a battle axe yet, which is... actually, have there even been any in the shops? I don't fucking remember, but if there are, we should try to check out everything. Oh, look, it's literally just a... Oh, that's kind of fucked up, actually. I don't like that anymore. It just fires vomit bombs at people. Ew. Let's remove that. That's a mistake. What the fuck, Sonic Team? So here we are in the next cutscene. Need a drink of water. My throat's a little bit rough right now. I just did some recording earlier. Put up a sign that says entrance here. I think about the more items underground sign from BioShock. I'd have to find a picture of that. I saw that in my most recent playthrough of BioShock, and I guess I might have missed it the first time through. That was very funny. Whatever. I'm thinking about that game a lot. I need to script that video because I would like to do that sometime this year. Yeah, I mean, we're probably going to have to deal with some rogue fellas here. Uh-oh. I'm very curious as to what she saw now. Let's get a look at this. Oh, did she run forward like 2 inches? It only looks like that. It might have just been... I was gonna say it might have just been Magashi, but no, if it's Ethan, huh? I mean, we already know that he's out and about here in this general part of the world. Well, again, the rogues and Magashi have a tie together here. And the Illuminus, aka the Endrum, so... I mean, they're basically the same organization. I have a feeling that this is going to get very complicated. Yeah, to be fair, we are getting way distracted. We should be looking in this place and, you know, come what may, right? We'll find out what's going on here. And if it's bad, it's bad, I guess. Hey you, what do you got? You've got all the same stuff as usual. There's no gear here. This is basically just a place for us to empty our inventory, and we don't really want this particular double handgun because it's not super useful. I don't need a trimate. We're not at that level of HP recovery requirement yet. I almost feel like I should just dump the scape doll because we're pretty much not going to be able to use it in any of this story stuff, are we? Oh god, that's worth a ton of money. I should consider if I want to use that. Dramatically improves damage and accuracy. That sounds pretty sweet, but also... Anyway, we get some free money from our room decorations. That's nice. No upgrades, though. That's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and let us save. So yeah, no Advance Wars remaster release for a bit, which makes me very sad because I'm a huge fan and I very much would love to play that sometime. I've been looking forward to it for a bit. I'm pretty bad at Advance Wars, but it's a pretty good game series. Hopefully when that comes out, I'll have a little bit of cash and I'll be able to pick that up whenever it does come out. Laya, you're still only going to be like level 25 at most when we see him again. I think you're going to have a very bad time with that, unfortunately. But I appreciate your moxie. Alright, 2 good hits will take these chuckleheads out. Nice. Makes things pretty easy for me. Ow. Oh, so is this what we're dealing with? Is we're gonna have to goggle up to find the hidden traps? I like the fact that these stupid trap turrets, because they don't have real HP meters, they just have number of hits they take. That these things are more durable than anything that we're going to be fighting in here. Or at least more durable than the standard enemies we get here. And we've got the crusher traps. Hey, I remember those from PSO. They didn't look like that at all. God. They didn't look like that at all. They were... They had little indicators on the floor that you could use to time out when they would stomp you, though. That, however, does not, and it's just a matter of basically think you get the rhythm by watching it as you get closer every time. It also, thankfully, appears to be placed in an area where it's now easy to avoid as we come through the tunnel again. I hope I don't find out that that does not remain the case. The hell are those? Well, they poison us. There's that. Can we do anything about these? No, apparently not. It's just a matter of timing. Possibly shoot them a bunch. Also, yes, by the way, robots can get poisoned in this game. I'm not 100% sure as to why, but okay. I also have no idea how long poison lasts for. So let's just try using that. It might be a permanent thing until we cure it, which would be very, very unfortunate. Oh, Oh, okay, there's more than just those two. Can be the closest one? Huh. Well, I guess that's one way to mess with people a little bit. You have to have one security vulnerability. I guess go for nobody would possibly be that stupid type of vulnerabilities, but Oh yeah, these things are really beefy. They probably got at least $1 grand of health each. Alright, we got some worms. Alright. Alright. We are... I have to go through the poison jars, apparently. Oh, hey, there's a machine gun for us. Granted, I would much rather have something a little bit meatier in terms of power, but it is what it is. And that's all it is. Ooh, some Kabara wood. That is something, I don't think we found a drop for that in the original PSU story run. So that's neat to have. Ah! Crud. I played that like crap. Oh, she's got a staff now. She can do some support stuff for us. That's pretty cool. Stop hitting me with the missiles, please. Alright, so you're just dropping another, yeah, another grease gun for us. Thanks. These robots really suck, by the way, if I haven't... In case you didn't remember that from the last part of the game, from when we were first playing the first chapter of PSU. First episode, rather. They are not fun to fight. Upgrading this shotgun would be a good idea too, because this is... It's got decent photon point levels, but otherwise it's not a great weapon. Okay, it's not a flamethrower, it's shooting fireballs. Which is basically the same thing, but also at the same time slightly different in, you know, on a basic mechanical level, really. That's a good way to describe it, I think. Go this way. Fuck it, we're just... It's out all the way. I didn't see what that board was before I picked it up. Let's have a quick look. I said, let me remember how to use the controls. Oh, it's a fluorescent bulb. That's not a very useful thing to have a board of. Map, please. We're going back this way and we're going down, I believe. Or no, that has to be the way that we came from, right? Yeah. So just open that gate and we go this way. It'd be great if that was the end of the area. It's not. There's more bugs here. Quite a cluster of them, huh? Alright. Yo. Oh, now we got ice turrets, too. Pretty long mission here, eh? Oh, yeah, we got one of these big boys here. Big honking thunder arrows. Ah, the multi-hits. Fuck! Yikes. That thing's downhill. That's a problem. Oh, sir, I don't like it. You have to go around the other way. Except this doesn't work either. That thing out of range. Yes, I believe it is. So we basically are gonna have to bull rush that thing, I think. Hey, don't be like that. Not the time. And oh, here they come. Nice. Level 15 burning shot. Get over here and let's just get this thing up this way. The amount of damage we took there was pretty significant, but I thought it would be useful. Unfortunately, not so much. So let's go back this way and let's go towards that locked door. Honestly, with how long we've spent on this mission, I have a feeling that we are not going to be getting a good score on this one, which is unfortunate. Some more new gear might be cool. Oh. Disappointing. Very disappointing game. Come on. You can give me something better than that. Now, these duders are too big to give the pop fly to, but we can definitely do some good damage with our Rising Strike. Is that the end of the level? Not quite. Oh, I should have guessed that those rates were not breakable just by the fact they were stacked. Well, on the other hand, it would still be neat, I guess, if that were a thing. Ah, yes, good. We really need to see these dudes. Get back. Wow, enough of these crap mobs, game. Come on. Please end. There we go. Alright, let's see the terrible rank. I guess at least I got all the enemies. Oh, wow. Over 18 minutes and I still get max time for the score. Wow. Or max score for the time, rather. And we got another one of that skill. We got some money. We got 101 mission points. These MP numbers are a little unusual, so that's neat. Our inventory is getting absolutely packed. I want to know what that other thing we got is. These... No, apparently not. Oh, there we go. Twin daggers. That's why we came. I'm probably just gonna sell those, though. I'd rather have the money. I like playing Ranger. Well, yes, because there's definitely been some activity going on around here. Yeah, they may have... They've probably booked it already. Oh, we are dealing with, you know... bit of a mess. Let's see how badly screwed up this thing is. Oh, there's a couple of those that are just sort of hanging out by the, you know, in piles. What you got for us, Chief? Something else. Alright, can you give us an A-photon bomb research facility? Yeah, see, I told you it's a metaphor for nukes. I told you that in the last game. That the A-photons are nuclear. They're nuclear. The villains are gonna drop a nuclear bomb somewhere, and it's gonna summon literal evil demon things. Oh, hey, Ethan's got some new duds. I actually kind of appreciate this dude. Oh, he can! Right back at you and punch you in the face and kill you in one hit. Because, again, he's level 63 or something. That's a pretty loud sound effect, I just want to point out. Oh my god, does he have a... does he have a cravat with this coat? Holy shit, dude. Never mind what I said earlier about your new clothes. Go back to the old look. You look like an even bigger douchebag now. Holy shit. I didn't know that was possible. I feel like I'm... oh, now I really am just going back to the regular voice instead of trying to affect a different voice that I feel is hopefully a little bit, you know, more feminine. It's certainly a, you know, higher in pitch and a little bit lighter, I guess, but I don't know if it really worked for what I was going for there, but wow. It really felt like I was going back with it for a bit. Let's try to get that back here. Stop discussing this. He's going to... we're not gonna... we can't take him right now. I don't know what you're expecting to happen. Yeah, what's the deal? Also, you're being very, very upfront and open-ended about things here. Olsen, huh? I thought it was supposed to be retranslated Orson in certain versions, which is like an actual name at least, so... You've all heard of Orson Welles. Don't tell me you haven't. Oh, shit. That ain't good. Uh-oh. Bomb the Sochi. Hmm? The non-human races that humans already created. Yeah, we're really starting to get a good idea of just how fucking stupid the Illuminus are on a certain level. They took him away. I don't think this is really gonna ruin negotiations very badly. Do you think that's really gonna work? You promise not to tell nobody? Hmm. I mean, I feel there was some sort of implication But was there some sort of implication about something happening to Olsen? Or Orson, or however you want to say the name? I'm gonna go with Olsen just to keep up with the game's text is giving me. Do you want to get killed, Laya, you idiots? You... Like, again, perhaps there's a lot more of this story that we're not getting yet. I have a feeling that in some way, Olsen's death, because he died, remember, when Ethan was younger, that something really fucked up happened. And of course, Ethan, back in the first game, held the Guardians in contempt for a while because he thought that they got Olsen killed. So perhaps he's found out through his journey that he was a little bit more correct about that than he initially thought. There's a little bit more to this than, you know, that should be... Yeah. Oh, I get sort of what I'm trying to say, right? Anyway, it appears, by the way, that my fears were founded about this chapter being a little bit long last time. Maybe not that much. We're only about an hour out. Maybe I'm overselling it. I did start a little bit later than intended, so... Perhaps I'm just basing a little bit on that, and yeah. He's a little bit too hard-headed for that, you are correct. Now, Hyuga, that motherfucker, he is incredibly dishonest, I'm sure. Uh-oh. He ran away. Need to do more testing, huh? Well, that's not so good. He's probably gonna end up turning into some sort of seed, and we're gonna have to kill him before he infests an entire planet. Yay, we got Nav's partner card, which we're probably never gonna use. But thank you anyway, guys. I'll deal with this next mission in a moment. I am gonna go do inventory stuff, so that way I can actually have a little bit more space. And I think I'm gonna pick up a new pistol or something. Actually, I'm gonna try out that new bow technique, and we're gonna see how that goes. We're gonna hope that it lives up to that kind of sellback price. Jeez. Learn that. You can store the other technique discs. And store all of these. Ooh, an inverter circuit. I think that will let us build the fluorescent bulb if we wish to. Yes, you can see that that's a part of that. I don't really see a need to do that, though. I'm going to be selling those. I'm going to put that away as well. Because I'll show those off later, possibly. If I remember to. Which hopefully I will. Hi, Sonic. Hi, Tails. But for now we're going to go and we're going to sell our overflow and we're going to head over to another planet and pick up a bow. Or we can just buy one here, because we're not going to have enough to afford the A rank. So we're going to get something a little different. Yeah, we'll sell that, because took a look at it. So it's horrible bile bombs. Oh, actually, let's dump this. We should have enough now to afford the A tier bow, especially once we sell these. Right. Like, hopefully we don't come up like 200 short or something and feel very silly about ourselves. Well, more than usual anyway, but we should be good to go in that regard, and we should have that. We'll have, well, we'll have more good gear. And we'll all be very happy about that development. Our armor wow. Our armor could stand to be upgraded, but I'm sure we'll be fine for at least a little bit. Alright, what you got for me? You should have an A rank bow available. Oh, there's S rank claws here for sale. I did not expect that. Oh, is there not an A rank bow? There's just up to this thing. Wait a second. What's the difference between the... You can buy S ranks just in general now. That's cool. I'm getting a little sidetracked here, pardon me. Let's take a look at these two. This one has a little bit more E, less power, same level of accuracy. I want this one, then. Okay. So with that done, we're going to get over to the next mission, and we're going to start that. And hopefully we'll have enough time for that tonight. Like I said, I do kind of want to make this stream a little bit shorter, and it feels like we're quite a bit later, because of course I did start about 20 minutes late. Unfortunately. Just it's bad planning on my part. Maybe it's more like 15 minutes. Why do 15 minutes and 20 minutes seem so far apart from each other in terms of how large of a length of time they are? I can't be the only one who feels that way, right? Like, there's quite a few other people that would agree with that, right? Alright, so here we go. Rescuing Hugo. This is going to be our next mission. Yep, uh-oh. Hugo's gone missing. This is not good. We're going to have to bail him out yet again. Just like we had to at the end of the last game. Right, well, it looks like Nav's not coming with us. That's fine. Probably because ourselves, Maya, and potentially Hyuga if he returns to the party, which I don't think is going to be the case. That's a lot. Well, I was worried for a second that this was going to turn out to be a setup. Because that would have been pretty nasty if that was the case. Get on the ship already. What it says. It says, move your ass. Well. And we are indeed going to move our asses, it looks like. Yeah, she's not pleased with us, that's for sure. Well, everybody seems to know who we are, so that's making things a little bit easy. This is a matter for fly out run. That nerd is gonna get pissed off at you. We got a train to catch. Possibly literally, as I bet she's going to derail it and crash it into us for being so fucking late. You got on the train already? Well, I guess if it's this much of a hurry, we're about to fail to catch up to her, aren't we? Should have started running. What? Should have called and walked in. You know. So my guess is that if anything, we're going to get on the train and we're going to have to fight our way through the entire train body. That or we've just missed it. It's hard to say, but this is a much better animated scene than any of the in-engine stuff. So we're not going to get to see our characters. Yeah, we did not at all. Hey, there's probably just no signal out here. Oh, shit. Did I forget to refuel after last mission? I sure did, I think. Wow, that costs 10 PP a shot. Ooh, boy. And that accuracy is balls. I don't like this. Like, the bows are a pretty good weapon type because they have such a nice hitbox in their shots. They can hit a pretty decent AoE, especially if you get up close. You can... If you shoot while you're up close, you can actually have the shot keep going, which is pretty cool. But this disgusting display of garbage costs does not exactly make me feel good. Oh god, speaking of disgusting displays of garbage, this shit. We have to time our way through these volleys. Or I guess we can just tank the hits and let Laya die over and over or something. Alright, give me some nice materials. Those will do. And that disables the turrets. A shame, I was looking forward to smashing them. Thanks! Oh, goody, goody, goody. More of this shit. My favorite! Oh, it's actually safe over here? It was until these things spawned in. Alright, disable. And that summons in some new enemies. Alright, alright. Let's keep going. Keep it going. My sincere hope, I guess, is that we get to cube before we're on the clock. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think I just done goofed. It happens to the best of us, and I'm sure as hell not that. That's for sure, so... Can't be too mad at it for too long. Otherwise, you'll just... You'll feel stupid. Oh no, these are just for decoration. Okay. It's because they're recycling maps from other parts of the game. Maybe we'll have to deal with those paths later. Alright, so is now the part where we find out we've been punked? God, I hope not. To a Param hospital with all the latest medical equipment. And he up and disappeared. Okay, yeah. Of him transferring out of the colony. No records of him arriving at the hospital here. You couldn't find that out before you came out here? Oh, right. email doesn't seem to exist, and neither does any semblance of internet in this universe, apparently. Yeah, what's the deal? Is run by GRM and they falsified the data. That's not so good. GRM is... there's some shady shit going on, I think. Yeah, we've been dealing with that the whole time. Is this just... Oh, is this not actually something... Wait, what's going on? I'm actually a little bit lost now, because... Yeah. Also, this lighting doesn't really look good on anyone. I just want to put that out there. There was certainly a lot of beeping, so, Oh, you guys are just now finding out about that? Sorry we killed all your weird dogs or whatever, guys. Alright. Here we go, here we go. No cube. We're on defense duty. We have to kill 100. Well, it seems like they're going to give us the ability to pace this out at our own pace. Can't take those. Right. And remember that these bug-type machines are associated with Magashi from the last game, and in this case also with the Illuminus, so... I've got a bit of a bad feeling about what's going on with GRM. The level of snake shit that they're up to is definitely... Actually, we should have known that from the native creatures, right? Because that's what all of the most recent seed form experimentation has been on. Has been on a variety of these monsters that we've seen on this train. so that shouldn't have been a surprise. And yet, here I am, just kind of being like this. Oh, we're full on monomates again now? Alright. Easy fix. Wow, how hard is it to hit a single item box? Jeez. I'm so bad at that still. Wow. Rising Strike is getting pretty high level. That's neat. Dang it. I needed those PP or to be able to launch the enemy, but lives do good for us, I guess. Alright, we've taken down 50 enemies. Little more than. Yes, this is when the middle starts to open. That up. Again, not really going to likely be crafting more fluorescent bulbs, but hey, why not? The inverter circuit might be useful for something else. How did I start auto-running? That's weird. I didn't know that was a thing in this game. Oh, hey, there's Laya's, whatever it was called. That beast staff, I forgot already. Her super mode, we'll just put it that way. Alright. How's our money collection going here? We're getting a lot of... How many enemies do we have left? I would love an indicator of that right about now. Okay, we've killed 80. Nice. Now, where are the last few spawn? Because we're... I guess we have to go up around one of the sides, or do we have to go further back in the car? Door is green, so... But on the other hand, we've got this going on. Let's try going into the green door. I don't know if you're... I don't know what you're stuck on, but I think you should probably do something about that. Is this... They're giving us a pretty large group of enemies to deal with here, but I think this will probably be like the end of the encounter if we just clear out this one group, basically. Oh, well, oh no, that's just the door back. Whoops. I'm surprised they didn't give us just one big wave at the very end, because... Well, I feel like that's what I would do anyway. Hey! 100 guard machines down. Very nice. And we cleared it in time to get an S rank. And we got a mega line, so I think we got a new shield for a... You know, for absolutely zero money. Sorry about whacking my pop filter there. I will take this. I will absolutely take this. Even got an extra slot. I should have remembered to bring in that other thing. Oh well. I'm sure that we will have a chance to do our usual stuff between missions, right? Alright, back we go. Hopefully with no weird ambushes in the middle of anything. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Well, I'm not liking this. Oh, there's enough of those that I'm sure you guys can get more. Wait, are those supposed to be thought bubbles, or... That's not how you use those! That is not what that denotes whatsoever. Now I'm upset. Like, more than usual. This was... You know, I mean, it had problems, but... That's a big unforced error. Yeesh. That's... Alright, well, we are now hella lost. Let's see what we can do with this. The answer is probably not a ton, but This looks like the place that we went on the train in that one mission in original PSU when I got killed by Megan like 1.5 million times. About 3 weeks. Oh. I was close. Horribly. Then we'll have to kill him. Horribly. Oh, I think we're fucked in that case. Let's go and have access to some surprising amenities, all considered. There's a supply merchant around here, correct? Yeah, see, there's a junk seller here for some reason. They're just letting us have this for some reason. We got the normal stuff. I feel like I should probably stock my inventory with photon charges, because I haven't remembered to do that in a while. And I only have 3 as a result. Do we have more? No, we don't have any more. Well, that's okay. Alright. And by 3, I mean 2. Whoops. Alright, fill up our stock of those. Save. And away we go on to the next mission. Or next part of the mission, anyway. Where things are going to be a big mess, I'm sure. Uh-oh. Find a record of medical capsules. Yep, time to just ransack the place. Oh, look, it's another one of those computers. Yep, they're all GRM branded. All right, so here we go. Show me what I'm dealing with here. What do I have to get used to? More bug bots. damage output from that is not a ton. Well, okay, it's doing more damage to those robots than the rifle is, and I'm pretty sure it's a weaker weapon. So, yeah, maybe it is actually a pretty good skill in terms of damage, but... And then... Oh boy, this is going to be a little bit rough. And especially we've got that dude in the middle. Alright, did that just open the way to him? No. Well, it's dead anyway, so that's good. Wait, it's not dead? They just bring in another one. That's what happened. They just brought in another one. Ouch. Okay. That's not where we're... Oh, it's in there. Oops. I done goofed it. That should fix things. That opens the door as well. I don't completely remember where this thing went to. Maybe this will take us back to it. Yes, it did. That makes things quite a bit easier on us. Thank you, game. Are there items up there? Yes, please. Right. The wind-up on that bow is just too long for really dealing with these enemies. We're blocked that way. Whoops. I screwed up. Maya, are you stuck in the door? That's not good. Gotta deal with these things. corner them. A lot of enemies here in this dark room. But if this is the main gimmick of the area, this is not hard to deal with. At the very least. So, we got that going for us. Using the Dimate for the big heal this time. Ow. Oh, I am not feeling positive about this. We get a healing thing as functional as ever. And we get a big arena. We're basically going to be in a boss fight in a second, aren't we? And this is not going to be one that we have to sandbag for cutscene reasons. I mean, the other option is that this is just a gauntlet of trash mobs, which I mean, that can't last, right? Things are completely worthless. There's no way they're just going to be like, yeah, hey, this is all you got to deal with. Yeah, see, there we go. There's something a lot bigger. We got our friend, basically the Chaos Bringer from the original PSO, but not quite. Nice. Not a hard mission. I think we killed everybody. Not quite. So, no S rank for us. But we still leveled up our class, and we still got a little bit of cash out of the deal. So, let's find out about these medical capsules. And see if we can find Hyuga. Oh, everybody's gone. No, it's just the fact that they're not rendering any bodies inside of them. Well, things happen, things happen. We didn't even fight... We haven't fought seed forms like this entire thing, so... Laya, what the fuck are you saying anyway? You're just trying to be an asshole, aren't you? Right, yep, he's alive. So now comes the part where we drag it off? I don't know. Yeah. Eh, you probably got bonked on the head a few times and all that. I hope you guys aren't saying that too loud. Who's this dude? Sam's Mushrow. What? Something's going on here. Huh. That seems like a really bad idea to do this. It's not about ethics, it's just about the fact that it's fucking stupid. Oh god, what? What? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You fucking idiots. Like, you have to know, right? At this point, you have to know. Also, yeah, I just realized, yeah, our Chaos Bringer thing is actually a seed form. I was stupid and forgot that that was a thing very quickly. Probably because it was inconsequential to that fight, basically. Yeah, that's basically true. Hugo, you got a point. Boy, I'll say. Well, most of us are here, that's for sure. Leo, when did you show up? What are you doing here, Chief? It's always nice to see him again, though. She's already over there, well, you know. You know why. Anyway, dude, like, what's the deal here? Is this... Seriously, why is this a thing that any of you would, know anything about a... If that's actually the case... Yeah, there's some seriously questionable shit going on here. With all of this. I mean, I think that... Wasn't there mention of some sort of seed-related agreement that they would therefore be breaking? Well, I guess if they're like private citizens, you can't break... Do private citizens break the Geneva Convention at any point? I don't... Yeah, we've been seeing those exact types of computers. Then again, if it's just a recurring brand of computer, basically, coming from this one company, it would be very strange for GRM to be using computers that they did not manufacture at their own facilities if they make computers, you know? So that does now seem like a spurious link, but also the whole thing is just completely fucked up anyway, so... There's just a lot going on that's not great. Well, you were supposed to be going to this hospital because of the Guardians, right, Hugo? And there's... I think you did note that, Irene. I'm just sitting here like, wait a second. There's I'm trying to figure out where the actual link here is, because there's definitely some weird stuff going on. This seems like a situation where everybody is like working with everybody else almost, you know, in a secret manner, and nobody towards really positive ends. Yeah, we saw him on the train, right? And it's interesting that nobody said anything about that. Like, you didn't mention that going on here. I mean, yeah, that would make a lot of sense if they were. GRM. Want to know. Yeah. Deal? Yes. I feel like, again, that there's something that you haven't told us yet, Hugo, that needs to be, a sentence needs to be finished here. Well, this is starting to heat up a little bit. Some things are definitely going on. But I believe we're going to have to investigate those at a future date. But also, let's save our game and everything and that. Yeah. All right.